So I get asked all the time, Starr, I'm new to Navy Fed, and what credit card do you think I should apply for? Well, it just depends on what your needs are. So we're going to talk about all 6 of Navy Fed credit card offerings that they have to their members today in this video. Hi and welcome to Starr Knows Credit. My name is Starr Carter, and on this channel I talk personal and business credit and everything else that's going to help us level up and get the bag. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If this is your first time on the channel, please consider being a subscriber and also like this video, guys, so that way it gets pushed out to more people that might want to see this content as well. So I thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm going to be looking at the personal cards for Navy Fed, because as I was saying in the intro, many people ask me, especially new members or wanting to join this credit union, what credit card should I apply for first? And I always tell them it just depends on your needs. So let's break down all 6 of the credit cards that Navy Fed has to offer on the personal side. Now, I've already done a video on their business credit card. I will link that video above, and I've also have done a video about opening up an account with them. So my top 10 things that you should do as a new member, I will also link that. And if you are interested in opening up a business checking account, I will link that video as well. I have plenty of videos on Navy Fed, but y'all keep asking for more, so that's what I'm gonna bring to you. So let's go ahead and get into these credit cards right now for Navy Fed so we can see which credit card is the best fit for your financial needs. One thing that I do like about Navy Fed, they got some top things that they offer across all the credit cards, no matter what type it is, how prestigious it is, as far as their higher tier credit cards versus their lower tier credit cards. They all offer this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on the screen right now so that you can see what those offerings are. So number 1 is they offer 24/7 access to stateside member reps. They also offer a zero liability policy for unauthorized transactions. There also is a no balance transfer or foreign transaction fees. Now, if you are looking to transfer a balance onto one of their cards that we're going to talk about later, that no balance transfer fee will come in handy, because most balance transfer fees are anywhere from 3 to 5%, depending on how the type of card you have, and sometimes it also depends on the amount you're transferring, how that fee can go. So that is an awesome feature right there in itself. Also, the foreign transaction fees, if you're going to be doing any traveling, and we're going to also talk about a card that's good for travel. That's another good feature about the foreign transaction fees. All right, next one is fraud notifications. So you can always be notified for any transactions that come on your card. And another one is ability to freeze and unfreeze your card. I had to actually do this, and this was very helpful. I left my wallet inside of a Walmart buggy, guys, and I went all the way to my shop and realized I didn't have my wallet. Had to go about 10 minutes back to Walmart and was panicking, and I was able to freeze my card in a while. I was able to do that, and so that gave me a big sigh of relief. Luckily, I was able to get my wallet back, and all my money and everything else was still in there. So somebody was a very good Samaritan and turned in my wallet. So praise God for that. But the ability to freeze your card and unfreeze your card at will is an awesome feature. Also, access to your credit score. So right now, if you are a card holder, you will be able to look at your FICO 8. I'm pretty sure it's your FICO 8 score that they are showing you. The average credit card APR is 6% lower than the industry average. So most credit cards now, guys, are running anywhere between 20 and 30%, you know, depending on your credit worthiness, it could be over 30%. So knowing that Navy Fed credit cards are capped at 18% as their highest APR is still really low compared to the national average of most of some of your bigger credit cards, especially. So that's a great thing. All right. And that's some of the things that I always preach about with credit unions, you know, not just Navy Fed, but credit unions in general are very good for having very lower interest rates on their credit products all the way across the board. Credit cards, car loans, whatever, they usually have the best interest. So that's a good thing. So let's go ahead and get into our number 1, our top card that we're going to look at today, and that is the Navy Fed Cash Rewards card. So now this card right here is geared for everyday spending, and to be able to get this card, you would have to have a average to excellent credit score. So I guess when they're saying average, that's probably somewhere between 630 all the way up to 850. That would be my guess when they say average, because we know that subprime credit scores is between 580 and 619. So I would think that it would need to be above at least a 620. So I would say 630, 640, somewhere around in there. But also know that Navy Fed is bigger on you building your internal score than your credit score a lot of times. So you want to make sure you do check out my top 10 tips to make sure that you are building up your internal score and building that relationship. Okay. So another thing about this card, that right now, if you get this card, it can earn a $250 bonus cash back if you spend $250 in the first 90 days of opening this card. And you can also get a one-time $98 statement credit for annual Walmart membership when you pay $49 or more. Now this offer right here does expire January the 1st of 2024. There is no annual fee for this card, and it does have a 1.75% cash back on your purchases with direct deposit. So in order to get that 1.75% cash back, you would have to have direct deposit. Other than that, it would be 1.5% if you do not have direct deposit. You also can get a virtual credit card as soon as you are approved for this card. So you do not have to wait for this card to come in the mail. You can get a virtual card into your wallet, Google Wallet, also Apple wallets and such. Okay. And there is no limit on the cash back that you can earn, and it does not expire. So those cashback rewards does not expire, and cashbacks can be deposited into your primary card holder's account, joint savings or checking, or posted as a credit to your card. All right, so this card right here is just like I said, it's for everyday spending. So 1.75% cash back on purchases or net purchases, but make sure you know it's net purchases. So say if you were to take something back, and say you spent $100 and you took $20 of it back, so the 1.75 would be on the $80 and not on the original $100. So it's always net purchases on all these different cards that I'm talking about. That could be a awesome starter card if you want to use this card for everyday purchases. Let's go to the next one, number 2. Let's look at the Gold Rewards card. So this card also is a average to excellent credit standing. This is for busy lifestyle and dining out. It also has no annual fee. The interest rate right now can be anywhere from 14.24 up to 18%. Also, you can get a 10,000 bonus points, which equals up to $100 when you spend $500 within the first 90 days. You can redeem this for cash, travel, gift cards, and also for merchandise. You also can get a 1.99 intro APR for 9 months from account opening. Now this expires October the 31st of 2023. So depending on when you see this video, this offer may have already expired. So you would want to check their website to see what the current offering is. Now, this card breaks down to 3 points for every dollar spent made at restaurants, 2 points for every dollar spent made at gas stations, and 1 point for everything else of purchases. All these are net purchases, as I had stated before. So this card right here is for somebody that likes to eat out, okay, with the 3 points for every dollar spent. And if you also use a lot of gas, well, I can say a lot of gas, but it's good for gas with the 2 points for your gas as well. So this could be a good card for you. That 1.99% intro APR could be a good thing that you may want to look into. All right, so let's go to the next one, number 3. Let's look at the Platinum card. Now, this card right here is for people with average to excellent credit as well. They also have a intro APR of 11.24 up to 18%. So this card right here is for people that have large purchases that they want to pay over time. So this card is set up for you to carry a balance. If you're wanting to carry a balance, this would be the card that you would want to do that on. Now, right now, depending on when you see this video, they do have a 0.99% intro APR for 12 months balance transfer. Now, this is not on purchases. This is only on the balance transfer, 0.99, and this is within 60 days of getting the card. Okay, so you have to do this within 60 days of getting the card if you want to transfer a balance from another card. I was telling you before, with that zero balance transfer fee, this is another great option with that 0.99%. That is really good, something that you can really take advantage of. This card does not have no annual fee, and it does not have any rewards. It is just for balance transfers or for larger purchases that you want to pay over time with a lower APR than some of the other cards. Okay, let's look at number 4, the More Rewards American Express credit card. Now, this one right here is also great for everyday spending. Also average to excellent credit. You're looking at an APR on this card, depending on your credit worthiness, of 14.9 up to 18%. Okay. Also, right now, depending on when you see this video, this is a 20K bonus points. You can get up to 20K bonus points, which equals to $200 when you spend $1,500 within the first 90 days of the card opening. You can get a $49 statement credit within Walmart Plus annual membership. This offer expires on October 31st of 2023. So this is another card that if you're interested in getting on this particular bonus, you would have to do this before October the 31st of this year. No annual fee for this card. Now, this card right here where it says more rewards, that's exactly what they're giving you. They're giving you a ton of rewards. 3-time points restaurants and food delivery, 3-time points at supermarkets, 3-time points on gas and transit. So not just gas, but gas and transit, and 1-time points on everything else. This is an awesome card right here. So this is definitely for everyday spending. I know I had said earlier that the cash rewards at 1.75 or 1.5, depending on if you have direct deposit or not, is good for everyday spending. This card right here is also excellent for everyday spending because it knocks on a lot of different categories. Okay, let's look at number 5, and that is the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards credit card. Now, that's the credit card that I actually carry myself right here. So far, let's go ahead and look at what the flagship card has to offer. So this card right here looks at people with very good to excellent credit. It does have an annual fee. This is the only card that Navy Fed has that has an annual fee. This one right here has an annual fee of $49. Now, this one right here is good for travel and maximizing your rewards. That's what they have on their website. So right now they are offering a 40K bonus points, which equal up to $400. And that is 4,000 spend on 90 days to open up the card. So you would have to spend $4,000 to get that 40K bonus points. And then you can also get 1 year free of Amazon Prime. So if you have already, like say you already paid for your Amazon Prime for the year and you get this card afterwards, then you may have to finagle at and say for somebody else's, like if you got a child Amazon or something like that, you know, for a year, just so that you could get that cash back. Also up to $100 for your global entry or PSA pre-check is another one that you can get back on this one. So along with the $400 that you possibly could get if you do hit the bonus points, and with the Amazon membership right there, that looks like about over $500 along with the global entry if you do the global entry or TSA pre-check. So that can very well offset the $49 annual fee very easily. Now, this card right here does have 3 points for every dollar spent on travel, 2 points on everything else. Okay, so this card right here is really good for people that do a lot of traveling, and but the 2 times points on everything else is also a awesome feature, better than the cash rewards cards that is doing 1.75% with a direct deposit. So the 2 times points on everything else is a good feature for this card if you're not going to use it as a travel card. But as a travel card, it is giving you 3 times points, so that is really, really good. I really would have wished that this card also offered like extra points for restaurants and dining out as well, but you know, 2 times points is good. All right, so let's look at the last card that Navy Fed offers, and that is the N Reward Secured card. Now, this card right here has a little bit more in-depth information on it. So this card right here is great for somebody that is trying to establish credit, that is very new to credit, or that is trying to rebuild their credit. So it can also be a credit building card for somebody who has had trouble in the past and trying to get their self back in the footing of credit world. Okay. And a positive note. Okay, so let's look at what this card offers. So this card does have an 18% APR off the top. There's no tiers with this one. This one would be at 18%. And this card right here gives back 1 times points per dollar spent. So this card will give you some rewards, and as I said, in 1 points per dollar spent. Now, you do have to secure this card with your own money, and the minimum to do that is with $200. And you will put this $200 into your savings account before submitting your application. This amount will be held as the security deposit for the card limit. So whatever you put in that savings account will equal what your card limit will be. If you look at my other video that I talked about with my top 10 tips, I say to load this card with no less than $500 if you can. That way you are starting yourself off with a higher limit off the top. Okay. Also, you will earn rewards and your savings dividends. Okay, so the money that's in your savings that is funding this card limit will still continue to earn savings dividends. Okay, and after 3 months, you could be eligible for an upgrade that provides you additional credit without an additional security deposit. Whether your credit limits is increased will depend on your current limit and other factors. So you want to make sure that you're keeping this card in very good standing. I made a video about why this card would not graduate. I will also link that video above as well, and also in the description box. That you want to make sure that you're following all the credit utilization, where I talk about keeping your credit card under 30%. This card right here, any credit card, as I was telling you guys, you don't want to carry your balance, but you definitely do not want to carry your balance on a secured card, because you want this card to graduate. And also, this credit card has an 18% interest rate. So this credit card carrying a balance would not make sense, because the money in your savings is not even paying 18%. So why would you give them 18% on a credit card balance, carrying a balance? So the money is not, you know what they say, the math is not math. And so make sure that you're not carrying a balance. Pay this card off every single month. Use the card, but pay it back off. That way and do that for all your cards. Okay. But when your money is tied to this card, it does not make sense for you to give more money out, especially if your savings is not making that same rate back. Okay. After 6 months, they will review your credit card activity, for every month, to see if you're eligible to have your savings account released back to you. And then this card right here can be upgraded to the cash rewards card that I talked about as the first card, with the 1.75% or 1.5 if you don't have direct deposit. So this card can graduate to that card within 6 months, or after 6 months of them reviewing your month-to-month transactions. So that's why it's important to be using the card, but also paying it back off, being responsible with the credit, so that this card can graduate. Now, it also says on their websites that on-time payments and keeping your balance under the credit limit will improve the chances of your credit card being upgraded to an unsecured card. So that's why I'm preaching this, because even on their website, they're telling you this is what you need to do to graduate this card. Okay. All right. So now that I have gone through all 6 of the credit cards that Navy Fed has to offer, what card do you think that you will be applying for? Please leave me a comment down in the comment section. Please let me know what credit card that you're applying for. Now, as I told you guys, I have the flagship card, but I am really looking hard at that More Rewards American Express card. Now, I made a video about that as well. Now, this is not a true American Express. It is a network branded American Express. I'm gonna link that video too, so you'll know what the difference is. But I do like the offerings on this card, the 3-time points restaurants and food delivery. So if you're doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and all those other different ones that they have, that's a good thing, you know, because if you're using these things anyway, then you might as well make some money back off of them. Also, 3 points at the supermarkets and on the gas and transit. And transit can mean any different things, you know, Ubers and Lyfts and all those type of things. So I think this card will be my next card. It won't be this year because I'm sitting in the garden right now and just letting my credit kind of chill out. So it'll be next year after my 1 year anniversary with Navy Fed if I do apply for this More Rewards card. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions, y'all know y'all can hit me up at starrknowscredit.com. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. You can shoot me an email through the contact form on my website, and you can also sign up to be on my email list through my website as well. I appreciate all the love. Leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.